My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Monster Train 2. Wait, hang on. Wormkin Lunar Coven? Oh, you shouldn't have. Akino's Carapace in the base deck. That says permanently up there in the ability. Echoed Growth, gain 2 energy, 2 damage, and 2 health per candy permanently. And then clear the echoes. So we have the Herzel's Horde giving us 4 more deployable energy, which is going to make it much easier for us to generate that Carapace Kin Host. We've got 2 Gravities in the base deck, as well as 2 copies of Echo Snare. Interesting. Seraph Chosen Savagery, Flesh Weaver, and Strixen Hallow. Okay. Guess we've got to figure out what we're doing with Echo Right, first and foremost. When Extract is used, gain an energy and Echo. Yes, please. I kind of want to take a single level in Marsh Lord here, maybe? Because if I do, then the Bog Chrysalis gives me the Bogfly units, and the Bogfly units are really, really good with the Carving Coruscant because they extract every second turn when they use their flight ability, which takes a gem to give you an energy and a gem. Maybe that's too small. There's also Echo right over here with the Shellsmith. Etch to apply armor 5 to friendly units. Need to get some more Etch in this deck to really consistently utilize that. But your stat line's significantly better, especially considering the Kinho's Carapace stats line is Doodoo Bots from Hell. I do think maybe I'm gonna need Echo Right stats to help me out here. All right. So here's my reckoning. We go Shield Steward Echo Right bottom line, and then Kinho's Carapace top? Because these Echo Breaks are going to be how I mainly generate. No, okay, I will put you in the middle. I'll Witch Weave for the bottom line because I am going to end up using Reap on the bottom line with Echo Snare because it consumes. That'll just cause that to be a 5 damage AoE at least. Get a Spear Steward on the second line, drop a Vengeful Shard. Guess 1 damage for this Slaw is the best I can do. Okay, there's Echo Snare at least. Great, and I can use 1, 2, 3, 4. I can get 10/10 stats on the Carapace here. That's not bad. Oh, can I? I'm going to check this. If I just send you, and then... Oh no, of course I don't have the ability for it right this time. Got it. Actually, hang on. If I do it in the other order, how about this? You go there, and then... Get pretty close. Walking back down to this floor. I don't want to have to take 4 damage if I can avoid it. Especially because I'm not entirely certain Uriel is not going to the top line. 2, 3, and then growth. Space steward. Okay. If you're hitting in increments of 8, then Witch Weaves on myself don't really change anything. Okay, we got pretty close, but unfortunately we will be taking 10 damage to fire. Oh, just 8 actually. Bounding Echoes within... Oh, yes. I mean, I know Forgotten Traders here with Revenge, Gain, and Energy. It's an energy, an Echo. Which is one of the best ways to get Kinho's Carapace a bunch of Echoes, but so is Bounding Echoes infused. Also a really good Etch card. Also doesn't cause us to have to deal with Ember Drain, but also, like, if I made this deployable, put it on top of the Kinho's Carapace, we can get so much growth. Merchant of Steel, Wormkin, maybe even Merchant of Arms in the next area, make it deployable. It's so early, I've got to try. Moon Pixie, Conduit 3, Enchant Conduit 3. Not bad when we have Witch Weaves and Gravities and Echo Breaks in the deck. Hit the left bank here. Ideally, we see... Oh. Okay. I was going to say, ideally, we see something that gives them the ability to, like, you know, tank more. So, like, you know, Tight Knight or maybe Large Stone, but I'll take that. The mini stone we just picked up. Bog Chrysalis. Shell 5, when hatched, summon 2 Bogfly units. There's also Shard Soul Carver, Inspire, gain +3 damage and 3 armor. Putting that directly behind the Kinho's Carapace would be hilarious. Should I give it quick? I think so. You're gonna be my damage dealer, buddy. I'm not gonna give out the additional 20 health to the Moon Pixie. I'm gonna save my money so that I can try and more reliably hit my Forgotten Trade as early as I want to. So Kinho's Carapace frontline, Shard Soul Carver, then Echo right back. Mm-hmm. Those candies. There's a Forgotten Trade, finally. Which, I mean, I'll Echo Break you then. And I'll even heal you 2 more times. So do I start this turn with the additional energy? No, I got it and lost it in the same phase. Okay. So... 1, 2, 3. Get 16 more on the Carapace. Yeah, I mean, getting the Forgotten Trade out early, I think, is exactly what I want to do here. Gonna make that Carapace ridiculous. Echo Transfer! Actually, I don't really need damage scaling. It's infused and it extracts, which means that it does actually give me an energy. As well as triggers 2 Inspires, so that's +6 armor and damage, the Shard Soul Carver. There's also Bogfly, which I could fly down to that floor every second turn. I could use it. Shelter, also really good. I'm going to take the Echo Transfer. This should be Phase Blessing. Oh. Void Armor. Dangerous, dangerous, dangerous. I think I want that in the deck, though, because Void Armament on Shard Soul Carver becomes one of our best ways of scaling. I wonder if maybe I also take Meat Shield with an eye towards merging Meat Shield into Kinho's Carapace later. No. Enchanted Chamber for the bottom line? Yeah, honestly, right now it's pretty good. I guess my concern is that it takes a different room slot, but it's also only 40 gold. I can do that right now. Check the Alco first. Oh. Red Crown and 2 followers. Damn. I don't want to remove the Kinro's Carapace's ability to just... And also the Kinro's Carapace, I've already got something to equip on. Same with the Shard Soul Carver though. So who actually wears... Who wears the crown? I don't know. I almost wonder if the answer is don't take the crown. Gives me 2 more 1 damage, 2 more low damage units that I'm not going to want to use. This is wild. I'm going to say no to the crown. I've never said no to that event before. I feel reasonably justified just because we already have a really strong direction with this deck. And then that one there, there, out there. Let's go. I think I sack Moon Pixie for the top line. It enables me to carve some mass off. And I gotta get that mass carving started. Ten worth of stats that turn. Echo Snare the bottom line for the armor. I'm going to already overfill our floor capacity by the end of the turn anyway. So instead I'll use my spells on another floor. At the end of turn. He's blessing and a bunch of witch weaves here, basically. God, if only I could use your ability every turn. I've got enough gems to do it. I just don't have a cooldown. Another 12-12. So what? We're exiting this fight with Kinho's Carapace already at 86-86 natural. Seems pretty good to me. When's our last dupe opportunity? At the very end? How about just before that? Merchant of Arms again? Wow, they're both Merchant of Arms? Merchant of Steel here. Maybe Aviary? If I can get like Multi-Strike or Titanite or something like that, and then Empyrean Well dupe. Heavenfall infused, hits all floors. Dusk Mantle, New Moon, Titans 5. Only half of the time will we have that Titans 5 active. And then Duality, which I think I'll take. Because at worst right now, at the very least, it's a good way to heal Kinho's Carapace, which I do want those. I don't think I need Selene Acolyte in this deck at all. Hell, I don't even think I start a second Lore in this deck. Is that wrong? Merchant of Magic Empyrean Well. Merchant of Trinkets on the other side. Probably go for the Merchant of Magic out of those. I'll skip. The idea behind taking Capacity here would be get another Moon Pixie on the same floor. And then maybe even get another Kinho's Carapace early, because it's also one size. We also have the energy to be able to play it. It's also a big minion. But past all of that, if I let them use their Echoed Growths off turn, then we'll always have one of them able to use its ability. I like Capacity here. Intrinsic -1 to cost. Let's have a look at... Marshlord has the Bog Chrysalis, but since I've taken the Heaven's Light, that's less useful. I'll take Shellsmith too. Intrinsic -1, not necessarily already having a good position in this deck is a little scary. I feel like I should do that for Echo Snare, just so I have an etch on turn 1, giving everyone that armor trigger. -2 cost consume. I mean, like... Echo Break. Giving it consume is pretty good. Speaking of giving it consume is pretty good, Witch Weave takes that upgrade. I'm not really pleased about the upgrades we've hit here. We didn't make one card powerful enough that I really want to dupe it, so I feel like I'm probably going to dupe the Kinho's Carapace and do that thing that I mentioned. Offset their turns against one another. And it's Impress Stones spawned on each floor. We just bought enough stats that we shouldn't have to worry about that. No. Echo Snare. Witch Weave. And then I have enough to play the Echo Transfer. Great. 1, 2, 3. So I'm gonna gain 3 more floor capacity by the 3 more it's not floor capacity. Charged echoes. There we go. Enchanted chamber. I do want the enemies to strike me because that's where I get the whole revenge thing from. So I'm not going to go too far out of my way to stop that. I did want to put the Moon Pixie on the bottom floor, but if I have to put it on the next floor in order to collect the collector, that's what we have to do, and that's fine. Unfortunately, now I can't really throw echo breaks at my own units. Go, another 12. I really don't need the void armament here. Damn it. I realized where I should have put the void armament. On one of these bad boys, because it just would have purged it from the deck for me. 1 and 2 and that. Perfect. Get another 8/8 and I'll run out of here with that. I don't need a second Forgotten Trade. I don't have a second unit leading my line. Ambient Charge. Cooldown 2. Extract 3. Gain an energy. And gain an echo. Carpet Koroska. And then draw 2. I really like the idea of that, but unfortunately, it is 2 echoes that aren't going into a Kinho's Carapace, which is just not going to happen. And then Return Soul, thankfully, very good as well. 0 energy. Infused. Distinct. Return a spell from your discard pile to your hand. Apply Infused and Consume. Oh my god! Speaking of infused and consume, Moonrise, infused, consume, gain an energy, and phase to full moon. Yes, please. Oh, I love consuming. Yeah, this is a toughie. It's got to be Merchant of Steel. I was a little worried about that. Well, it's fine. We'll large stone our... Do I want to large stone you? Stats are probably the easiest thing to give you, actually. Like, you get stats already. Your health is already kind of insurmountable. Well, I guess the argument is instead of that, you would take... I really don't want a second quick attacker as well, because it prevents... It prevents slays. Sorry, it prevents revenge. I want Titanite? I want spells to be how I take care of the serif. Which means I need to be way more consistent with our spell generation. Or way more consistent with our armor generation and just out-armor them entirely. Damn, I've actually come around to the side of I don't take any of these with prejudice. You butt! That's not what I wanted either! Alright, well, look, we'll do the things we settle for, which is Moon Pixie can take Conduit and Dualism. This Forgotten Trader's infused. Hell yeah. I like the idea of it. I don't think I get to use it, though. Like, if the other one wasn't already deployable, I would take this instead and then make it deployable, but the other one is already a deployable one. Steward's Quarters isn't gonna happen. Swift Steel Dagger. Look, I can just put that on Echo, right? But I just told you that I don't want to go for quick in this deck. Outside of the Shard Soul Carver, like, I do want to be able to delete one big quick enemy. Let's skip here. God, hitting these Empyrean Wells without, like, a really good target, dude, is really sad. I think here, I could get away with duping a Shard Soul Carver. Like, it'd be Kinho's Carapace, Shard Soul Carver, and then I'd put another Kinho's Carapace on another floor, because Echo Right then goes on the bottom floor. Don't love that much. Let's get a second Return Soul. It's just really, really good in this deck. Yeah, I'll hold my money. I really want to go to the Merchant of Trinkets and buy out a bunch of stuff. Non-boss enemies gaining multi-strike is incredible for us. No. So many Inspire triggers. Unfortunately, we only get to keep 4 of the capacity. Thank you for the inspiration. If you can hear that, there's some construction going on near my apartment at the moment. I can't really do anything about that. I'm sorry. And down here we throw just one more and 12 stats, please. Ooh, this is a good opportunity to void armament that shield steward. Urge him. His Blessing into Moonrise sets us up to big heal our frontliner. 14 more permanent stats. Infused and consumed to it. $16 more for the other Kinho's Carapace, and then we can end this fight. Chamber of Recall, it's already infused as well. At the end of your turn, return a random consume spell to your hand. There's also Broken Memories, return a consume spell to the top of your draw pile, and finally Soul Crushing Guilt. 1 energy for Ember, rather, sorry. Extract 3, then gain an energy and get an Echo. Retreat, apply Daze 2. I'm going to take the Chamber of Recall because it's literally just an additional card in hand each turn. And Cover of Night is a really good way to keep the bottom line safe for a turn. Oh, good lord. Serrated Mandibles. Whenever one or more echoes are added on a floor, added to a floor on your turn, applying Reap 1 to a random enemy unit twice. Actually, can I Sketches of Salvation here? If I remove all of the stewards, which I can totally do right now, it automatically plays the Moon Pixie on the bottom line for us. Oh my god. Whenever a card with a spell with Consumer's Blade, gain a Echo, or on your deployment phase, draw an equipment card from your deck and reduce its cost to 0. Void Armament. It'd draw the Void Armament. But Bog Slime would give us so many more Echoes. Good lord. I'm taking the Bog Slime. Literally just because I've done more stuff with the Attuned Whetstone than I have with the Bog Slime. Good lord, that's a weird one. Let's do that, then come back here, remove the final steward. Now we have a very reliable bottom line. And we never draw units in the middle of battle, which is really important because I need the consistency of spell draws. I really like copying the vocals. Yes. It's just really enjoyable. Them, the imps, and morsels as well. Oh, what a good time. All right. Moonrise, Echo Snare. We'll Echo Transfer because we can. Oh, look, all these enemies got a bunch of Reap on them now. Anyway, Echo Snare. Oh my god, we're doing 430. We're doing too much damage. We're doing too much damage. We're too powerful. Actually, hang on. Hold up. Hold up. I need to not do that. So I'm about to remove all of the echoes from the floor. Which means these two backline units aren't gonna die. Unless I make them. So there we go. We'll do that manually. Then 10/10 worth of stats for you. I don't really need the magical chamber on the bottom line anymore, so I could just play the Chamber of Recall down here. Turns out having a consume spell every single turn is pretty good. Go, copper 16/16 there. Bring back another Witch Weave, ready to be consumed. And now I can burn this Calcified Ember. Solid 20/20 permanently for Funeros Carapace in the backline there. Oh, Bog Slime. It's bogging out of control. $24-24. I'm so glad I actually have enough echoes to do both of you. It is actually way more efficient to have two of them now rather than to just buff one of them and then dupe it later, because they're getting stats every turn. Actually, hang on. No, it's not. It is? It's not. I'm wasting fewer echoes anyway, and they're doing damage. I don't really need to use the gravity at all. I'm gonna burn another calcified ember because I feel like we're getting late enough that I don't really need to prepare my deck. There you go. Echo Bloom. 3 energy, gain 4 empty capacity. Gain an echo. Ability Bloom Bursts. Every 4 turns, you can gain 4 echoes. I honestly don't know if that's much better than what I'm actually doing right now. Stardust Invocation, infuse, consume distinct phase, and create an ephemeral copy of a spell in your hand. I like that a lot as well, because it's a consume card that can create a consume card, and if I'm consuming constantly, I'm making a bunch anyway. So, like, I might get a better effect than Echo Bloom just by playing into the Bog Slime with Stardust Invocation. It's gotta be draw. The inconsistency of drawing out damage spells for being able to take down the backline is what will take us down. Definitely want to hit up this Merchant of Magic on the left-hand side. Holdover is particularly interesting to me if we can see it. -2 cost consumes, not bad, but it does prevent me from re-rolling and seeing... Well, actually, it could prevent me from re-rolling and seeing what I need. So I have to just roll first. Okay, consume removal for Stardust Invocation is incredible. The other one's holdover. I can't take that. Damn it. What would I hold over if I was holding over holdover? Return Soul is a really good holdover. Yeah, it's a really, really good holdover. Really great way to fetch. Really great way to fetch basically whatever you need. All right, Alcove. I don't want the Tome of Horrors. Umbra Stone's Trample is a little appealing. Shard Soul Carver, I could certainly see trampling at some points. Wormkin Etchings. Return 5 consume spells to the top of your draw pile. Admittedly, that is just really ridiculous after a certain point. If I could remove consume from this, it would be even better. But unfortunately, I took away that opportunity for myself. We're never going to trample all the way to killing the backline targets in the Champion of Savagery fight, so I'm just going to take Etchings so that we can keep this going a lot longer. Shellsmith 3 actually gives really good attack stats to Echo right in the backline there. You can have reanimate. I won't even stop you. Stardust Invocation on Witch Weave. Witch Weave. Witch Weave. Echo Transfer. Echo Break. Duality. All of that spent. And then we get 2020 permanent. Just going to Enchanted Chamber Witch Weave up here to get the 100 gold. Then Phase Blessing, Echo, Return Soul to bring back. I mean, I could bring back the Duality. Fine. It's not even enough to take out the Avowed Gladiator. I really thought that would. I'm not at all surprised that we'll take 9 damage without Avowed Gladiator. That's fine, honestly. Be a lot worse. Unfortunately, I'm taking away a lot of the damage they take to reap. Oh, hell yeah. Gravity to descend? I could descend Val Gladiator this turn and then not have to worry about him when the boss comes out. Return Soul brings back Gravity. Gravity descends you. Then it's just as many consumes as I can consume. Extracting and consuming gives me more. I spend 2 echoes on that and I get 3. It's so good. $28 this turn. Big Phase Blessing, I think. I mean, yeah, if you're gonna give me a Calcified Ember that I get the burnout on the last turn, I'll do it. I'm pretty sure we've got enough armor with our consumptions here on the bottom. Literally 420 armor on the back line, too. That we can just kind of do whatever the hell we want on the bottom line. Perfect. I mean, Power of Knowledge, deal 20 damage for each consumed spell. Yeah. 'Moonlit Glaive? Look, it's some good damage for a Moon Pixie that's already on that floor anyway. I don't think I'm going Merchant of Arms and dupe again, but if I were, I have 8 deployable energy. 2 of that energy is Forgotten Trade. 6 of that energy is Forgotten Trade and Kinho's Carapaces. 7 of that energy is Shard Soul Carver as well. Great. So I don't have 2 energy left over, which means I'm not gonna go dupe another Kinho's Carapace with the hopes of trying to put it on the same field. Yeah, deck removal is still interesting to me. There's a lot of cards here that don't have an instantaneous impact on the enemy board. I'll large stone one of you two. It's not like I'm gonna find many on the other one. And the second one being quick should be okay. Should have looked at the trinkets first though. Grant +1 stack of Reap each time it's applied. Face Blessing hitting all of our units on the floor is okay, but it's the only one that will do it. Apply 1 Reap to a random enemy twice when I use Serrated Mandibles. I mean, Decay, it just makes more of that impact, which is kind of cool. As for removals, I can't just straight up remove the gravities because they are still a damage spell that targets the enemy, and I'm using magic power to make those consistent. Cover of Night is so-so in this deck. Damn, I really don't want to remove damage spells, but I'm looking at this deck and I'm like, yeah, what do you do? What do you remove other than that? I'm gonna get 1 Witch Weave and 1 Echo Break out of this deck. Finally, we're in a good position where I'm pretty sure, even with your big damage, that you can't just instantly bop my unit to death. Stardust Invocation on Moonrise to give us additional energy twice. Okay. And then I will Echo Break to take out the Chosen. And yeah, we'll even be fine if I Carapace. Yeah, that was really affirming, because now I've lost the... because one of the Ragewing Assassins got to still sweep through with an attack, I've lost melee weakness on all of our units, which, really, that's kind of half the battle here. Take out the... Harpist Protector. You've already got your... Oh, no, I was about... You've already got your multi-strike? No, I just... don't have to give you multi-strike now because you already have some by default. Speaking of by default, let's bring it back and give you a bunch more damage. This is already consumed. I can die. I can die. Yeah, so Moonlit Glave's 170 damage for a single unit right now, which it's a good return. I do think I should keep the chamber out. Wait, that's replacing... Yeah, it's fine. Wait, is it fine? No, it's not fine. Doesn't have to be fine. I can put it on another floor. There's no need to put it on the bottom floor. I want to play Stardust Invocation. But if I can get away without doing it... then I can play this Void Armament out. Hell yeah. Beautiful. Keep bopping him down with the spells. Turn Soul to bring back a Phase Blessing, which will consume. It's completely fine. Ascend. Get off of my floor. Two Echo Breaks. We can Return Soul a Witch Weave. Return Soul Echo Break, I think. Yeah, we're running down to a very slim deck at this point. Thankfully, our stat line is so good that it shouldn't really interact with us at all. Right, of course, the Return Souls can't target themselves. There's as much as I can get now, another 22 permanently. GG. This is what happens when you give me a Kinho Scarabus from the very start of the game. They end up very big. Shard Soul Carve is also really good just because of how many Inspire triggers it sees, but it's worth noting, it scaled fine in this fight, and this is a fight with so many things in its favor for seeing as many Inspire triggers. It's got the Carving Choriska, it's got Bog Slime, it's got a Forgotten Trade on a unit sitting in front of it. Like, so much is going into this Inspire trigger, and you are still completely fine at best. Alright, Echo, right? Get down there, see what you can do. Not going to be able to get enough energy this turn to play the Void Armament, unfortunately. Wait, no, I can. There you go. Sick. I guess attacking 303 instances at quick speed within the first turn. Yeah, maybe I'm being a little harsh on your Shard Soul. Because you only get better from here. Feels like Stardust Invocation should be getting another Pyrelite. But I also can't do that. I have to play Pyrelite every time I draw it. return soul to get Stardust Invocation. Stardust Invocation for another Pyrelite. Pyrelite twice. Oh man, this mandible. You got 32 reap on you, and I didn't put any of that on you. Oh, actually, no, I put 5 of it on them with the Echo Snare on turn 1. So I guess I am entirely responsible and to blame. Oh, let's bring back and play Wormkin Etchings. Just let those Domus. If they consumed, I would play them. But sadly, ephemeral triggers are not consume triggers. Okay, so this turn I'm getting both of the bottom lines down, so it is literally just what can I do about Dominion this turn, which is double up on the Pyrelite triggers, and that'll do it. Hell yeah. Bring back another Phase Blessing. And one last 26-26. It is wild how, like, how directly adjacent to one another they managed to grow. They've got almost the same damage stats. Although I guess, you know, they're offset. Actually, hang on, you've got 15 more and you've got 10 more, so actually they're only off by 4 from their base stats. Hell yeah. Just the forgotten Tradekin host. Doing so much damn work. This is a great fun deck. Like, the consistency of this deck is strange. Like, it's very consistent in its setup, but then every turn is just like, well, I hope I draw enough solution tools. And thankfully, every turn, we definitely did. That's what happens when your deck is basically just solution tools for enemies. GG! Look, if I gotta take 61 damage, I'll take 61 damage. That's okay with me. Oh my god, it's also our most charged echoes gained. I mean, damn, does that ever feel appropriate? Also gets us up to, is this now our largest win streak? Hold up. Library. That's our largest Titan Cup win streak now as well. Hell yeah. Which, I don't want to say seems like a good note to end it off on, because I am not ending this series. However, it's probably not gonna be daily for a while, and I have to imagine almost all of you know exactly why. If you do not, the early access for Slay the Spire 2 is going to be open, I believe, 8 or 9 hours after this episode goes live. I will be asleep when this episode goes live, and then I'm gonna wake up and immediately start playing SCS2 for probably the next month at least. Just a bunch of recording content for it, and then when I've recorded enough content, I'll go live and stream it, and then go back to content, back and forth and back and forth. I'm very excited for this upcoming month, but the one downside is not also being able to split my focus as far as I would like. If I have the ability, I definitely would like to continue the Monster Train series in that same time. If I don't, it'll definitely be back when there are more DLCs, more updates, any of those kinds of things. For the moment, though, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Monster Train 2. Top left is a series playlist for all my content on this game, past, present, and future. Down below is YouTube's recommendation for what it thinks you should watch next. If you're watching this episode and it's about a day old, go check out the SCS series. Catch you soon.